Alright, this is the MCQ 1, question 14, video explanation. Okay, so over here, the table lists the different systems in our bodies and their functions respectively. Now, I have taught you the acronym to remember the different systems. Alright, so you go to the doctor if you are sick, and if you are really sick, you will get the MC. Alright, so D stands for the digestive system, R for respiratory, S for skeletal, M for muscular, and C for circulatory. Alright, so which of the following systems have been matched to their functions correctly? Okay, so we just have to recall skeletal, it gives a body shape, now that's correct. Muscular system supports the body, that's not correct, okay, because it is the function of skeletal system. For C, digestive system break down food in simple substances. Yes, that's correct. Okay, maybe I'll write it down here. This should be for skeletal. Alright, and C, circulatory, it helps different parts of the body to move. That is also wrong, because it's supposed to be the function of the muscular system. Okay, so answer will be A and C. So option number 1 will be the answer. Okay, maybe I should put down here. Okay, so next, question 15. Now the classification diagram below shows some of the organs from the various body systems. So which system does the organ heart belongs to? Okay, so your heart over here, actually it is part of the circulatory system. So circulatory system it actually help to transport those waste material and oxygen and other important substances, like simpler substances after the food have been digested. So the circulatory system will actually bring them around the body. Okay, so heart is part of this system, and the other parts that are working together with the heart will be the blood and the blood vessels. Okay, so this is actually the circulatory system, and heart is part of it. Alright, so answer will be 1. Now what about the other systems? Okay, so for system B, you have windpipe and the lungs. This will be respiratory system. System C, you have gullet and stomach. Of course, you got the digestive system. Last but not least, you got the skull and rib cage. That's your skeletal system. Alright, so answer will be 1, circulatory system. Okay, question 16. Now, which of the organs in the digestive system can digestive juices be found? So we have to remember there's only 3 parts. You got the S, you got the MSS. Alright, so M stands for the mouth. The other one will be stomach, S for stomach, and the last one will be small intestine. Alright, so in this order, digestive juices can be found. So we have mouth, we have stomach, we have small intestine. So answer is 2. Next, 17. Now the diagram below shows the human digestive system. So which of the following statements is true? I think before that, let's annotate. You have the mouth here, and this part is the gullet, and this pouch is the stomach, and the inner tract, this will be your small intestine, and this will be, Y will be the large intestine. Alright, so which of the following statements is true? So number 1, part Z, that means the small intestine, they have less digested food than part Y. Less digested food, this part actually is not true. Okay, the food actually travels down, they will reach small intestine first. So there are actually more digested food than the large intestine. So it should be more. Okay, so it's not correct. Now, number 2, part Z, which is small intestine, they have digested food, but part Y does not. This is correct. Okay, because all the digested food, they have been absorbed through the walls of the small intestine. Through the walls of the small intestine. Okay, and they get brought to different parts of the body through the circulatory system. Okay, now part number 3, part Z, which is small intestine, they do not have digested food, but part Y have. This is not true at all. Okay, so it's not they do not have. Okay, they do, they have digested food, but part Y, actually this is not right. It should be they do not have. Do not have. Okay, because part Y is the large intestine, the digested food have been absorbed through the walls of the small intestine already. Okay, number 4, part 4 here, part Z, which is small intestine, they have the same amount of digested food as part Y. Okay, now that's not true because we already say they should have more digested food. Okay, so this is not correct. Okay, next, number 18. Now, metal is made to make part Z of the pair of scissors. Which property of metal is considered for part Z? Now, you can see for part Z, it must be strong because you are going to use it to cut things. So you are actually squeezing the scissors, the handles here, very, very strongly. So if the part Z is not strong enough, if you're cutting maybe many pieces of paper together, and part Z, if it's not strong, it may break. Alright, so we need it to be strong. So the answer will be 2. Now, of course, when we talk about property, okay, property, some of the properties you should be thinking about is your strength, okay, ability to float in water, okay, and you're talking about the flexibility, all right, and ability to let light pass through, okay, and ability to absorb water. Alright, so these are the 5 different properties. Out of these 5, we consider the strength the most important property, right, for part Z. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether it's transparent or not, but so this one is out. We don't, fragile is not a property, and we don't want it to be fragile, okay, because if it's fragile means it will break easily. Okay, and flexibility, we don't want it to be flexible, we want it to be very inflexible. Okay, so inflexible means it doesn't bend. Alright, so answer will be number 2. Okay, question 19. Now you have a fish aquarium. So why is glass being used for the part labeled X? Okay, now glass, we know that first of all, this glass is transparent, okay, so that we can see through it. Okay, so can see the fishes through it. Alright, and we also know that it is waterproof. Alright, do we want it to be flexible? Alright, do we want the tank to be flexible? Well, we don't, because we don't want this tank to be bending forward and back. Alright, we want it to be inflexible. Okay, so we don't want it to be option B. Okay, how about glass being able to float? Actually, that's not true. Glass will sink. Okay, so we only consider part C and part D. Okay, waterproof, transparent. Okay, so answer will be number 4. Okay, question 20. 4 materials with the same mass are placed in a pail of water. So after 10 minutes, they are removed and weighed. The masses before and after the experiment, they are recorded in the table shown below. So you can see that for P, Q, R, and S, in the beginning, their mass was 100 gram. But after they have been removed, the mass actually changed. So we always try to see what's the change. Okay, so I just write down here the change. So this is plus 25. A bit of math here. So this is plus 0. For R, actually it increased a lot, 50. And for S, it increased the most, 100 gram. All right. So based on this, we look at the smallest and the biggest change. So when the change is 0, we can safely say that this is waterproof. All right, Q is waterproof. And for S, is the most absorbent. All right, it's the most absorbent because the change it changed the most in terms of the mass. So our question here, which material can be used to make a drinking mug? Now, drinking mug, you're going to put water inside. Of course, it must be waterproof. So the answer will be 2, which is material Q. Okay, next question, question 21. An experiment is set up using 4 different materials, A, B, C, and D, of the same length and thickness. So over here, you can see that they want the test to be a fair test. That's why we have the materials to be made of the same length and thickness, but the only thing that is different will be the material itself. So this is our change variable. All right, change variable. Okay, so when a 500 gram weight is hung onto each material, it bends as shown below. Then the distance the material bent is measured. So they measure actually over here. All right, so if this material is very, very flexible, then the distance bent will be a lot. All right, so the more flexible the material is, the larger the distance bent will be. So over here, material A, B, C, and D. Now you look out for the smallest and the biggest number. So if for B, it did not bend at all, so we can say that this is the least flexible. I'm using the word least to show that the extreme material in terms of whether it can flex or not. So this is called a superlative word. So B is the least flexible. And what about C? Now C is the most flexible. Okay, got to use this superlative word. So based on the above results, which is true? Material C is not flexible. That's not true. In fact, it's the most flexible. Material B is most flexible. That's not true. It's the least flexible actually. Okay. Material A is not as flexible as material D. That's not true. Actually, they are the same in terms of their flexibility. All right, because this is they bent 1 cm. D also bent 1 cm. Okay, next. Okay, wait, sorry. Oh, I put wrongly. Actually, it's correct because they say material A is as flexible. Now, as flexible means they are the same. So this is correct. Okay, number 4. Material C is less flexible than A. That's not true because it's actually the most flexible. So answer will be number 3. All right. Okay, question 22. Now, the stroking method is used to make temporary magnets. So which of the following nails can be magnetized using the stroking method? Now, you need to recall, you need to use the bar magnet and the pole. You got to fix, so don't change the pole as you stroke it. So over here, this is N, the North Pole. So when you stroke, you have to stroke in the circular method, circular path. So actually A is correct. Okay, and how about this B? Well, the difference here is instead of using the iron nail, which is iron is a magnetic material, copper is a non-magnetic material. Okay, aluminium also the same. So cannot choose B, cannot choose D. Alright, then how about this option C? Now steel can, alright, but this arrow shows the direction. They are not moving in a circular manner, circular path. So C is wrong. So answer is 1. Okay, question 23. An experiment was carried out by placing 4 different magnets, W, X, Y, and Z, along a ruler, one at a time. So the distance a paperclip was attracted to the magnet was recorded. Alright, so in this case, we highlight the smallest and the biggest number. Okay, so smallest is W, biggest is Y. Okay, so if the distance is very, very small, alright, so example for W is 2 cm. So what it's trying to tell you is at this mark, distance, okay, let me just see. The distance a paperclip was attracted to a magnet. Okay, so this distance, right, they are not being very clear. It's actually a distance between the magnet and paperclip. Alright, so if you look at W, it says 2 cm. That means the paperclip, they actually move the paperclip closer to the magnet. So the paperclip will be here. Alright, so this is 2 cm. So you can see that the magnet can attract the paperclip only when it's so near, alright, the paperclip. So we can say that W is the weakest magnet. Okay, and for Y, because it can attract, this is for W. Okay, and for Y is at 10. Alright, it's at 10. So this is for Y, 10 cm. So Y will be the strongest. So answer will be 3. Okay, question 24. Last question. I think it's the last one. Yeah. Okay, now which of the arrangements, okay, let me read the question first. 3 bar magnets are arranged as shown. And A, B, C, D, E, and F, they are representing the poles. So if you look at the arrow here, that means there's attraction. Alright, the arrows are pointing towards each other. So attraction. Now attraction means unlike poles are facing each other. Okay, so same thing here. This is attraction. Okay, so we know that B and C, they are unlike poles. Alright, they are unlike poles. And D and E, they are also unlike poles. Okay, so for this type of question, you will need to put in the north and south yourself. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put north, south. So this will be north, this will be south. Okay, let me just put thicker, north, south. And because C over here, we already put north, so I'm going to put north here. So north, this will be south. And hence this is north, and this is south. So if you put in all this north and south into option number 3, you can see that it is possible. So let's try it out. Okay, so C is north, this is south. E is north, so south. A is north, B is south. So looking at this part, attraction, that's correct. Looking at this part, unlike poles, attraction, so that's correct. Okay, so you try out for the other 3 of them, 1, 2, and 4. Okay, so let me just do a quick one. A is north, B is south, C is north. Now you see this is already wrong. Alright, so now A for option 2, A is north, south. Now C is north. This is also wrong. Okay, try again. North, south. Now C is north. Okay, so far south. F is south. So this is wrong. Okay, so answer must be 3. Alright, so that's all for MCQ 1. Please do your annotation and your correction. Alright, thank you.